Kenny Anderson, man, welcome to Combos Court. What's new, man? What is going on?
Nothing, man. Just getting ready. My kids are back in school at Fish University. I'm excited about our upcoming season. And, I'm just getting ready, man. We got a new AD, so it's a lot more work. I have to, get going, but I got a good group of young men. That's what I'm trying to,
Most definitely. Always more work to do. Always.
Yes. Every year in college, and I'm on the low end NAIA school, so it's a lot more work the coach has to do. So, picking up on that and learning the do's and the don'ts is awesome for me, man. Coming from where I came from, now coaching and being a part of something is awesome. I love it.
Speaking of awesome, I thought the NYC Point Gods documentary was awesome. What were your thoughts on the finished product?
Oh, it was awesome, man. But it's just so much. There's so many of us coming from New York City. You just can't do. What they did was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's just so many, that missed out on it.
Who comes to mind? Who comes to mind?
My Queens guys, the guys I looked up to was in it. Basically, Kenny Smith, Mark Jackson, Rod Strickland, Pearl Washington. But then there's guys like Kenny Hutchison, Boo Harvey, Kenny Patterson. Those guys didn't make it. And that's, Tiny Archibald.
No, Tiny made it. Tiny made it, right?
Tiny Archibald, I don't think he made it, but my era was just me in my era.
Right.
I wasn't that many point guards, but the Pearl Washington, Kenny Smith, Rod Strickland, and Mark Jackson, that was a great point guard era to be in. With all those Kenny Patterson, Boo Harvey, it was crazy.
Right. I mean, I've seen Pearl play on video before, but just watching this documentary, seeing his bop, came with the chain, came with fur coats to the game, like he was really something different. Yeah,
definitely. He was a showman. Game situations, just everything, man. How he rocked, and I was young, so I watched him, sitting on the ball, watched him come and playing in the summer leagues all over in New York. It was just also for a young person to watch. And I wanted to be like all of those guys, and I became. So it was awesome. It was great.
You sure did. Take me back, Queens, New York. I'm actually in Queens right now. It's been really hot outside, Kenny, but we cooled down today a little bit. But for you, what were your earliest memories of playing the game?
My early memories is just playing in Left Rack City where I grew up at, and just playing in the playgrounds. That's what New York basketball was all about. Staying out of trouble. That's what I did to stay out of trouble. Go to the park and play basketball all day and night.
So tell me, let me ask this, Kenny. You talked about the eggs, right? And how you used to handle with the eggs. How did you go about working on your game? What were some of the unique ways that you used to separate yourself from everybody else?
So my mentor, Vincent Smith, who showed me how to work out and things of that nature. I used to do just different things because weights wasn't, as big as it is now in the weight room. So for my calves, I lived 18 stories. I lived on the 10th floor. So I would walk up the steps, run down the steps, run up, walk on my calves, up the steps, down the steps, just stuff like that. Push-ups, sit-up. They got me the push-up bars, stuff like that I would work on. Grips for my hands, strength and stuff like that. I used to do all that type of stuff, man, at a very young age. Yeah. So, at 13, 14, I was doing all that stuff.
Most definitely. As a lefty myself, I got to ask you, what's the advantage do you feel for being a lefty? I always felt like you're just giving the defense a unique look, something they're not used to. But why do you feel that being a lefty is such an advantage?
Oh, it's an advantage because, the defense they're not aware of playing a left-handed. It's all right-handed. So they jump to the right side. My left is open. So I'm laying you, or I'm hitting you with the jumper or the floater. I'm killing you. You know what I'm saying? So it's all different ways of left-handed. And then if you're quick with the speed, it could be so clever with it. And then if you could use both hands, and I've gotten better, with using both hands. And the great point guards now in the league, Kyrie Irving uses both hands, and that's awesome.
Most definitely, most definitely. So when did I heard you use the word destiny before? When did you realize that the NBA was destiny for you?
Oh man, when I was 15, when I made it, MVP as a freshman, we played Talentine High School in the championship game, and I won the MVP. After I just took off after that, it was destiny, and I just wanted to take care of my mother. That's all I saw. So I needed to go to high school, get good grades, and then play basketball, and that's all I did. I just focused on that. But it was my freshman year in high school when I made the varsity team. And it was a great look for me. It's awesome.
Speaking of varsity, biggest lessons learned from Jack Curran?
How to be a leader, how to be a team leader. How you practice extremely hard, how you worked on your individual game, and then you brought it into the team, and then class schoolwork. He was a stickler for, you going to class and doing it the right way. But my whole school was Archbishop Malloy. So it wasn't no way. Basketball was secondary, but most necessary. But academics was like number one, uno, and it was a blessing for me. I remember the math Regents exam. I got an 86. It will always be in my top of my head because I studied so hard for it.
Yeah.
Miss Longerano, one of my favorite teachers in the world, my math teacher, tutored me everything after class, before practice. So, Malloy means the world of me. My high school means the world of me. Period.
I saw in the documentary you got really emotional over that Regents exam, and that just shows to me how much hard work you probably put into schoolwork.
Yeah, I put a lot. I knew I had to.
Yeah.
Because back then you just wasn't gonna make it if you didn't do the schoolwork. Now it's a little different, but my goal was to take care of my mother. I knew I needed it. I needed to pass. I graduated from Malloy High School, went on to Georgia Tech. So, basketball is easy. Life is hard. That's my documentary slogan, and that's just how I live.
Mr. Chibbs, right? Documentary.
Yeah, Mr. Chibbs.
Right, most definitely. Okay, Georgia Tech. I know. I got to talk about Bobby Hurley real quick because I'm going to give you this from a little bit different perspective. You said it was all instincts. Fair enough, Kenny. But when you saw Bobby in front of you, did you put a little extra sauce on it? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I wanted to put that ball in the basket. So when I saw him, it was instincts, and he reached it. Yeah, I just did it, man. It was exciting. It was an exciting play. It's going to live with me forever because everybody always talk about it. And I just wanted to beat Duke. I had a great game, but I think we lost by 2 points or something like that. But it was just one of those games I had to let them know.
You definitely did.
I had to let them know.
And in the documentary, they talked about the reaction to the move from Dickie V, which was great, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was a great move. Great. Dickie V was awesome always. college games. He was just always awesome.
Most definitely. A big part of your motivation was take care of your family, taking care of your mom. With that said, what did NBA draft night mean to you?
Oh, it meant the world to me because I arrived as far as take care of my mother. And then, I got drafted to the New Jersey Nets right over the bridge. It was just an awesome feeling. My mother it was just a great feeling to know I could take care of my mother. It was awesome.
Biggest adjustments from the college game to the NBA game for you?
Just the strength. Just the strength of players. When you get older, guys, and then when you get older, what guys are playing for, and that's different. The pros, guys got families, taking care of their families. It's a real profession, and you got to get with it. High school, college, was more for like the love of the game. Pros is a little more business oriented. You gotta know that very, very quickly.
What advice would you give yourself? Let me phrase it this way. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self going into the NBA?
I just would take care of my money a lot better than what I did. Period. That's it. But my life has been great, man. Thank God.
Yeah.
But you know, financially, I would have took care of my money a lot better. But you can't look back. You got to look forward and learn from your mistakes, and that's what I try to do now.
Yeah. I mean, NBA All-Star Game. What did that mean to you? That must have been great because obviously it's a small club to even make it to the NBA. It's even a smaller club to play in the NBA All-Star Game.
Yes, definitely, man. Making it to the All-Star is like our ride. I did it on every level.
Yeah.
High school, college, pros. And that's what I wanted to see if I could do it, and I did it. So it was a blessing, man, making the All-Star team in '94. Should have been on there about three to four more times, but that's life. That's life.
Do you feel you would have benefited from the modern game? Obviously, you are a dynamic point guard. You could shoot the mid-range. I'm sure if you played today, you would stretch it out to 3. How do you feel like you would be in today's game?
It'd be easier for me, much easier. I'll be in the league longer. You know, I played 14 years, but it would be a lot easier for me anyway. Because the guard players, if you can handle the ball and quick get to the basket, the lane is open up. Everybody's shooting threes, so it's a lot different now. The game is a lot easier. You know, fanfare. You know, you can't touch it. Not as physical as when I played in the league.
Yeah, I mean, they would have loved a player like you, especially like so much that gets put into bringing players in are they box office, right? And you're definitely the kind of player that would put butts in the seats.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, they wanted that box office smash. And I was, you know, being from New York and being the best. I was the number 1 player in high school. In college, I did work. So it was just and then I went number 2 in the draft. So I've been blessed, man.
What did that mean for somebody like Tom Kachowski to say, like, this is the greatest high school basketball player I've ever seen? Especially somebody like him, rest in peace, who've seen pretty much everybody.
That's my guy, you know, and rest in peace. We went to the same high school.
That's right. That's right.
It was great. And he stated that, he always stated that he didn't change. He's like, Kenny Anderson is the best high school player ever. And that was, you know, it was a monumental feat that I've got that. And everywhere I go, everybody say it. So it's great.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's up with you today, man? And how's it going with the college season? Let me ask you this also. Is it a challenge for you to coach players that might not be as talented as you? Like, things don't come as easy for the guys you're coaching as they did for you.
Yeah. When I first got, I've been here for 4 years. So yeah, that was on, you know, that's on point. I was thinking about it. But now, you know, I gotta go down to their level and really preach what I'm trying to get to them. You know, I want to play hard, win ball, not so much win. Do the right things, play hard, but go to class. Gotta go to class. I want good students, student athletes, not just basketball players. Because I'm at a school where, you know, Fish University's education is first, basketball is second. I got to remember that. So it's something that I learned, and I'm dealing with it now. You know, so I've been here 4 years. I'm excited about the group of guys that I got coming in, and I can teach them the right way. You know, and I'm not talking about basketball. That's easy. We can go to the gym. I'll teach them about life, about the life goals. And, so when they do graduate, they can have a good life, raise their families. Maybe they have kids. They can, you know. So I'm just trying to give off of what I've learned.
What are the biggest
through my journey?
What are the biggest life lessons you try to instill in them?
The biggest life lessons is definitely your family. And now how you take care of your family. You know, get a good job, and then you take care of your family that way. And then, you know, if that's meaning you're an athlete, but you still have to have everything in the right form or fashion to mold yourself into a great human being.
Right. Who can I have to ask you this? Who are some of the best players you've seen or played against that never played in the NBA?
Lloyd Daniels made it. I've
right.
seen a lot of players, man. I can't remember the names. Well, I'm coming from New York, so basketball is like everywhere.
Me too,
So,
my friend. Two lefties from New York. You heard Kenny? Two lefties.
New York. Yeah, New York is the best, man. So,
Yeah.
it's a lot of players.
Do you miss it? Do you miss not being here, Kenny?
Nah, because I'm able to get back and visit.
Right.
And come back down to Nashville. I live in Florida, Nashville now, but I do go visit New York, and I love it. I love it there. It's somewhere where I grew up at. It's the best, the best players, the best teaching. You could just live in New York and learn.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like, there's nothing like a New York summer. You know that, Kenny, especially basketball, especially basketball wise.
Yeah, basketball is all over. You got the summer leagues all over, indoor, outdoor, great food.
Yeah.
Everything. Great food in New York. And when I used to hang out, great clubs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's just life.
Most definitely. Okay, Kenny. Last thing before we get out of here, what does the word successful mean to you?
Successful. Now, what are you successful? Doing well in life. If that's what if you're coaching, if you're working a 9 to 5, if you're successful, you're doing pretty well. With your family. That's what I'm here at FISC, NAIA school, small school, but I'm doing well. I'm being successful regardless.
Being the best you could be where you're at and in your current situation.
That's exactly what it is. Whatever. But I think the main thing that we all must live correct is, are we happy? Are we happy? And a lot of people, you can't define it. A lot of people can't define it. You happy? I'm happy. I'm very happy with my life and decisions I made. I'm happy, and I just got to continue to grow as a human being, and that's what I'm doing. I'm 51 now, so it's a blessing that I'm still here, still giving off some of the things that I've learned. That's basketball and through life.
Love it, Kenny. Let's end on that. That was great. Thank you so much for taking the time. Where can we find you, man? Social media. People want to keep up with you, Kenny, man. Where can we find you?
You can find me. I'm on Twitter. I love Twitter. Started on Twitter.
Okay.
Chibs_1.
Okay.
Chibs_1 is my Twitter feed. And my Instagram is Kenny Anderson 7357. 57 Ave, baby. Left, right, center.
Hey. Kenny, I appreciate everything you've done with the game of basketball. I appreciate you for taking the time. You're always welcome back on the show. Good luck with your season and talk soon, Kenny.
Thank you, man. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.